Week 8. Yay! I'm happy it's here. I hope you are. So I've given some thought to a change that I'm going to make to this class. And your job today for the reply is to actually consider the PEP 8 style guide for Python code. Okay. And so what I want you to do is I want you to do the following. And I guess I could make this as part of the hands-on to learn together. But I just want you to consider this. Like, just read through here, and probably what you want to do is look at the naming standards of functions and files and global variables. I implemented this when I wrote the code I did last attendance week 7, and I found it pretty natural, like pretty simple to do. So I'm like, you know what, we could do this. It wouldn't be that hard. Right. So what I want you to do is I'm going to give you the link to Pepe, and I want to challenge us from here on out, right, to implement this standard. And also, if you have more experience with this standard, then and you see people writing code that's missing the standard, let's as a class, right, help enforce this idea. So and I want us to be ready to write code in this style. Now, this is really just how we name things, right, as a standard, so that when you're reading somebody's code and if you understand the standard, then it makes this easier. So there's all kinds of good reasons to do it, and I want us to do it. So just know this: by our next dev, which is dev 1, I want to have us all converted over to using PEP 8 as a standard. Today, I just want you to look through, see some of the standards that are in here, strings and quotes, right? Pet peeves. You don't have to read all of it. But when I look at stuff like this, I look for function names. Now, we haven't gotten to classes. We will get to that later. Type variable names, global names, function names, and these are probably part of the good ones to really look at. Right? So anyway, I want you to do that. So I want you to consider just looking through here, and maybe these are better linked than this one. But PEP, and there's other ways. Maybe that's the other thing you could do is look around for example, maybe better, more concise, because this covers the entire language of which we will not learn. So, if you also find a better reference, give us that. Anyway, this week, so in week 8, we do strings. It's funny that we're doing strings now versus before. Typically in a programming class, we do strings before now, string methods, but maybe not. Just we learned how to write strings and how to do simple methods on strings, but this is more involved and I think really helpful. So, and in our Learn Together, and of course, I don't need to duplicate what's in there, but I give a challenge, right? And I want you to, really understand the challenge that I'm giving, throwing down as far as choosing 10 exercises to do based on 2 sites and choosing, some easy, some medium, and choose at least one hard one, because it's really, I believe, when we're challenged that we tend to, I think it really makes us grow. And this includes me for sure. So I want you to do that. And then I also mentioned maybe doing a little beast mode, and there was some confusion last semester with a student about this, so I ended up kind of saying, no, we're not going to, I'm just going to remove it, because he was very concerned about how the points were going to be done. And I just said, the idea of a beast mode is just like take your skill to a new level, right? That's really the idea. So anyway, have a great week 8. I just really, really enjoyed the dev code reviews this week. I know not everybody did, and it's interesting when I look over both my JavaScript in this class and reflect on it. I still very much think it's an important part of what I do. Honestly, I think it's one of the most important things that we do is actually, because our class numbers are smaller, we can do this, to me, in my opinion, more of this one-on-one interaction. But I understand it can be intimidating too. So, but I always tell you, if you're going to continue with the coding, it won't be the last time somebody does this. And some of you seem to, like, your expectation of what was going to happen is what happened, which is awesome. Anyway, have a great week. Check out Pepe. Think about, hey, maybe this is what you could do, is look at your code for dev 0 and consider pep 8 and think about what you would change, what you would need to change. So let's start on that now. And if you have any concerns at this point with us implementing this, let me know that. I'd appreciate that as well. All right, have a great weekend. Bye.